Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about eigenvalue and eigenvector. Let's talk about eigenvalue of a linear operator. Let V be a vector space over a field F and T from V to V be a linear operator. Linear operator is nothing but a linear transformation between two same vector space. So T from V to V is a linear operator. The scalar C belonging to F is said to be an eigenvalue of T if there exists a vector alpha from the vector space V such that T alpha equal to C alpha. If this condition holds, that is T alpha equal to C alpha, then we will call that scalar C is the eigenvalue of T. And what is the eigenvector of that linear operator? The eigenvector will be that vector alpha belonging to V satisfying T alpha equal to C alpha. So if we get a scalar C belonging to F such that T alpha equal to C alpha, then that C is called eigenvalue, and for that alpha, for which alpha T alpha equal to C alpha, that alpha is called eigenvector of that operator T. Now remember that for one C there will be multiple of alpha. In fact, there will be infinitely many alpha such that T alpha equal to C alpha, and those alpha also makes a subspace of that vector space V. So this vectors is called eigenvectors, and that scalar C is called eigenvalue of that linear operator T. Now let's go through with a theorem that if T be a linear operator of a vector space V over F and C belonging to F, then the followings are equivalent. If C is the eigenvalue of the T, then T minus C is singular, that is not invertible, that is determinant of T minus Ci equal to 0. So these things are equivalent. Now talk about the eigenvalue of a matrix, which is clearly same with the eigenvalue of a linear operator. We have discussed previously that a linear transformation can be represented by a matrix. So linear operator is nothing but a matrix. So the eigenvalue of the matrix and eigenvalue of linear operator is quite same. How it is? If A be a n cross n matrix over the field F, C belonging to F is said to be a eigenvalue of F if A minus Ci, that matrix, that is A minus Ci, where I is the identity matrix of n cross n identity matrix, is singular, that is if determinant of A minus Ci equal to 0, then C is called the eigenvalue of that matrix. So if you want to find an eigenvalue of a matrix, you have to compute first that matrix which is A minus Ci. Then you will get that determinant A minus Ci and put it in 0. So you will get the value of C, and that C will be the eigenvalue of that matrix. And similarly, we will get that eigen matrix for which this will hold. We'll talk it about later. Now we'll go through the characteristic polynomial. What is the characteristic polynomial? Let A be a n cross n matrix over the field F. The characteristic polynomial of A is determinant of xi minus a equal to 0. So this is a polynomial of x, and the determinant of xi minus a equal to 0 is the characteristic polynomial of that matrix A. If we talk about the linear operator T, then if we replace A by T, then it will be a matrix xi minus T. If we represent it in a matrix form, then that determinant of xi minus T equal to 0 will be the characteristic polynomial of that linear operator. Now this is a short note about the similar matrix. What is the similar matrix? Similar matrix are those if let A and B are two n cross n matrix, then we say B is similar to A if there exists a invertible matrix P over F such that B equal to P inverse AP. And similar matrices have same characteristic polynomial. So those matrices have the same characteristics polynomial will be the similar matrix. Now we have read about the eigenvalue and eigenvector of a linear operator and a matrix. Now let's talk about minimal polynomial. Before that, we are going through that what is annihilating polynomial. Let V is a vector space over the field F and T be a linear operator on V. Let P is a polynomial over F. P is a polynomial and the coefficient of that polynomial will be the element of F, that is scalar. Then P of T is also a linear operator on V. Now consider that field which is consisting of that all polynomials over F. If Q is another polynomial over F, then P and Q both are the polynomials over F. Then consider the operation that P plus Q of T will be P of T plus Q of T, and PQ of T will be P of T into Q of T. This is also a field and the collection of polynomial P which annihilate T, that is P of T equal to 0. It will must be a infinitely many polynomials which will satisfy the equation P of T equal to 0 is an ideal in the polynomial algebra Fx. These polynomials will be the ideal in the polynomial algebra f of x, where f is the field. These polynomials called annihilating polynomial. So which polynomial is annihilating polynomial of T? Those polynomial which will satisfy the equation P of T equal to 0 will be the annihilating polynomials. Now talk about the minimal polynomial. Now we have that T is a linear operator over the vector space V over F. The polynomial P over F is a minimal polynomial for T if that satisfies the following conditions, that is the condition number 1 is P will be a monic polynomial over the scalar field F. What is monic polynomial? Monic polynomial will be those polynomial whose leading degree is 1, whose maximum degree, if its maximum degree is n, then the coefficient of that maximum degree will be 1. That is the example will be x cube plus 3x square plus 1. But 2x cube plus 3x square plus 1 is not a monic polynomial because its maximum degree, coefficient of that maximum degree is 2, so it will not be a monic polynomial. So the first condition is P is a monic polynomial over the scalar field F. The second condition which will satisfy that P of T equal to 0, that is P will annihilate that linear operator T. and no polynomial, and the third condition is no polynomial over f which annihilates t has smaller degree than p has. So if p has the degree of the p will be the minimum such that p of t equal to 0 and the leading coefficient will be 1. That's all. That will be that polynomial will called minimal polynomial. So what will be the minimal polynomial of a matrix? That will be the same as, then it will be also a polynomial, the minimal polynomial also a monic polynomial, and which will satisfy the matrix, the polynomial p of in that case the t will be replaced by the matrix A, p of A will be 0, and no polynomial over f which annihilates that matrix A has smaller degree than p has. Now the most important theorem is, if T be a linear operator on a n-dimensional vector space V, or let A be a n cross n matrix, both are the same because we can transfer this T as a matrix A. We can represent T as a matrix A. The characteristic and minimal polynomials for T, or you can say that matrix A, have the same roots except for multiplicities. So the roots of the characteristics polynomial and minimal polynomials will be the same. As an example, if f equal to x minus 1 into x minus 2 whole square is a characteristic polynomial, then the roots are 1 and 2. Then what will be the minimal polynomial? The minimal polynomial will maybe either x minus 1 into x minus 2 or x minus 1 into x minus 2 whole square. So how we'll check that which will be the minimal polynomial? If you take that matrix, then if a minus I into a minus 2i equal to 0, then it will be the minimal polynomial because this polynomial will annihilate that matrix. Or if that will not be possible, then it will must be the minimal polynomial. Now talk about the Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Let T be a linear operator on a finite dimensional vector space V. If f is the characteristic polynomial for T, the ft equal to 0. That is, if f is the characteristics polynomial, then f will annihilate t, that is f of t equal to 0. And we know that minimal polynomial will also annihilate t, and the degree of that polynomial will be the minimum. So in other words, we can say that minimal polynomial divides the characteristic polynomial for t. Now that's all. In next class, we'll talk about some problem of linear algebra. Please like that page and subscribe if you think that this is useful. Please like the page and subscribe the YouTube channel. Thank you.